This question looks a bit like a ratio question at the start because of the ratio being given, but it's not really. I've got the volume of a trailer, and this is actually the real size. And then I'm interested in finding the volume of the trailer in the model. What this is essentially is similar shapes. However, we need to be careful because I've got the model of the lorry using a scale of 1 to 72. That means every length in the model is 72 times bigger in the actual lorry, or vice versa. In my actual lorry, I have to divide my lengths by 72 to get the lengths in the model. What that means is the length scale factor is 72. But when it comes to volume, I've got to remember that the lengths are being changed in 3 dimensions, and so the volume scale factor is actually going to be 72 cubed. Let me just talk about this a little bit more, because, for example, if I had a cube with lengths 1, 1, 1, the volume inside would be 1. If I had a cube that instead was 2 by 2 by 2, then I'd see the length scale factor is just 2. But the volume of this cube is actually 8. It's 2 cubed because I've increased the length in not just 1, not just 2, but in 3 dimensions. Same principle here. So if I want to go from the volume of the trailer to the volume of in the real lorry to the volume of the trailer in the model, I'm going to have to do 90 divided by 72 cubed. Which is going to be a very small number. I kind of want to leave it as a fraction for the moment. 5 divided by 20736. Now this is going to be tiny, and this is in meters cubed. But if you notice, actually, why you would never measure a model in meters cubed, because it's going to be really small. We have to be able to change this to centimeters cubed. So that's the second part of this question. 1 meter is 100 centimeters. But actually, 1 meter cubed is equal to 100 cubed centimeters cubed. For the same kind of reason as above, let's say I've got a cube and it's 1 by 1 by 1 meter. Of course, I've got 1 meter cubed. But if I was to write the lengths instead of in meters, as centimeters, then it'll be 100 by 100 by 100. And so you would then see more clearly that it's 100 cubed centimeters cubed. So that's just me like proving that result. But what I therefore have is the answer is going to be 5 over 220,736 times 100 cubed, and that will give me the answer in centimeters cubed. There we go, more realistic, 241.12. Or 241 centimeters cubed for 3 significant figures. Ooh, quite a lot going on there. Subtle for 3 marks. I think that's quite challenging. First of all, you have to remember about volume scale factors, how they relate to length scale factors. Then you've got to know about converting units, but volume units. Right, he paints his model. He's got 8 colours available. He decides to paint the cab in one colour and the trailer in a different colour. He then wants to paint his name on the trailer. The name must be in a different color to the trailer. And how many different ways can Alfie paint his model lorry? This is a not very nice combinations question that I have to think about for a bit. So let's just actually draw the lorry out, I think. Okay, I know it's not the best drawing, but it's going to illustrate the idea. Right, so we've got the cab in one color, and then the trailer in a different color, and then he wants to paint his name on the trailer, but it must be a different color to the trailer, but it could actually be the same as the cab, so we just need to bear that in mind. Okay, I think I've got it now. Like, I think actually the little sketch helps. I don't know why the cab doesn't have any wheels on it. Anyway, so how many ways are there of colouring the cab? Well, there's going to be 8 ways. And then how many ways of doing the trailer? I can't do it the same colour. So there's going to be 7 ways, and there's going to be 56 ways of doing it in total. I suppose, let me say, so if I had red as my cab colour, then I'd have 7 ways that I could colour the trailer. If I had blue, then I'd have 7 ways of colouring the trailer, and then I've got my 8 colours here, so then you can see it's a bit more clearly. I've got 8 lots of 7. Hopefully that was clear anyway. Right, and then I'm not quite done because I've got to think about the name. The name can't be the same as the trailer, so let's say I went with red and blue as one of my combinations. I could make maybe the name green, but I could actually make it red again. I'm allowed to have it the same. So I think there's going to be another 7 ways of painting his name. It's not going to be 6 because you could have the same colour as the cab. So that's what I think the answer is. 8 times 7 times 7. I've not gone into loads of detail on why I'm multiplying them, but I've gone into a little bit. This is a slightly different question on combinations that will test you, I think. So, but hopefully you're happy with that.